Hey guys, welcome to Real Shit Friday. It's actually Friday and it's actually midday. We're actually on time, Carlos. This feels good. It
For
feels
once,
great. This feels great. But anyway, guys, I'm sorry the past weeks have been kind of choppy, but we're actually about to start getting our shit together. And with that being said, we actually have a guest host today on with us. As I said in our previous broadcast, as well as my social media, if you guys follow me, is we're looking for a new host. We have two host spots open, and we're trying to fill that with really creative, really bubbly, unfiltered people that belong on Savage Media Radio. So today we have a beautiful woman to grace our presence. She's a friend of the show and a friend of mine for about 15 years. Her name is Noemi, and I want you guys to say hi to her, and I want you to say hi to everybody in podcast land. Noemi, how are you?
I'm good. What up, everybody?
I like
My
that little
name's
intro.
Noemi, and I currently live in Florida, but my hometown
ooh, what
Jersey
parts
all the
of
way.
Florida?
Oh God,
Ooh,
mad loud.
boo! I live in Lakeland,
Lakeland? Lakeland. Where's Lakeland, hon?
right in between
Orlando.
Orlando. Yep.
See,
My
there you
husband,
go.
well, I lived in Gainesville for 5 years. I went to UF. And then my
Really?
husband's from West Palm.
Okay.
I didn't even know that. What?
Did you
Learning
know I went to
something
college at the
new.
University of Florida?
I did not know that, Carlos. I
Home of
feel
the
like
Gators.
wow.
I don't know
Uh,
how you didn't. Well, I guess because you met me and I was already living in Seattle, but I moved to Seattle
no, I
three and a half,
know
4 years ago.
that, Carlos. I know that, and I know that you're from friggin' Detroit, right? Someplace like
Yeah,
that,
that's
Detroit.
right. That's where I'm from.
Yeah, so I know like that part, and you were in like some fucking place like Wisconsin. Where'd you say you were before too?
Wyoming.
Wyoming. See, I know
Wyoming.
that parts of your life. I did not know where you went to
So wait,
school. So now
so
I know.
Lakeland is that closer to Kissimmee or Orlando?
It's closer to. Well, we're closer on the other side of Kissimmee, closer to like what is that? St. Cloud
St.
and
Cloud, like Leesburg. Is that
yeah.
Y'all talking all this kind
okay?
of foreign stuff, and I'm just
It's
like
that's Florida.
little
That's
little
Florida for
old
you.
me over here. Anyway, um, but anyway,
I'm
guys,
mm,
so we're
Florida.
gonna do a lot of rambling. Carlos is gonna do a lot of fucking interrupting because y'all already know,
Yep.
and we are just gonna like shoot the shit because it is that kind of day to shoot the shit. I have a busy fucking weekend, and this is my break from doing all the work for it. So I'm just ready to just start talking and bullshitting. So I have a couple questions for Noemi, and then Carlos, I want you to chime in too, because like I said, guys, we want to know, if you like listening to our guest hosts, if you want them back, you gotta let us know. You gotta be verbal. Hit us up in the chat. And then also, Noemi, we want to make sure that you can handle our bullshit and that we don't scare you away. So we're gonna do a lot of talking today. So first thing I want to ask you, Noemi, is why do you feel like you want to be heard through the air, through on a podcast? What brings that to your mind as something that you want to do and with your time? It's time consuming, it's fun, but it takes a lot of effort and a lot of commitment. So what makes you feel like this is something for you?
Honestly, I love listening to you guys.
Aww.
I love you. I love you, Coco. And, I met Troy too. So, and now I'm meeting Carlos, but I need something else to do. Like, I go to school, I have 5 kids, and, you know, between all of them, I need something for me. I need to
Exactly.
be able to be myself and at least, be with people who actually bring out my home in me. Because down here, I
Exactly.
love Florida. Nothing bad about it. Nothing bad about it. But a lot of people are friendly down here.
You ain't got to lie.
Okay. I'm just saying, but like I miss that, you walk out the door and like, it's like, do I know that person? Do I want to fucking talk to them? Or should I just keep walking and just be like, fuck you and go about my day?
Exactly. Gotcha, gotcha.
I
So this
miss
is a
that.
familiarity. It's just like you want to
Mm-hmm.
kind of feel like you're talking with your family at Thanksgiving dinner, with minus all the fights and all the
Right.
jealousy and all
Right.
the
And then
nasty dry
you
ass
got,
turkey. I got you.
Right, and then you got Auntie Barbara always fucking everybody's shit up.
Exactly. So I got you. So awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you for that. Thank you again for being a fan of the show. And that is something that sets you apart from a lot of people who do want to, have this opportunity is that you've listened to us. You know our personalities. You know who we are. You know what we're about. And it does not frighten you away because we can be a little bit, I'm not going to say intimidating because I feel like that's kind of vain, but we could be pretty frightening. Especially when we've had bad days. So I'm glad that you've experienced that, and you guys, and you know that we mean well, and that you feel comfortable to be a part of our little clique and our little society. So thank you.
Oh hell yeah.
Also, I wanted to know, what do you think you can, what type of topics do you like to talk about? What kind of viewpoints do you think you can bring to our listeners, and what kind of listeners do you feel like you will identify with, basically?
Honestly, I think I would have to say anything because, like I said, I'm a mom, and if anybody has questions about parenting or if they have questions about, just life in general, I am so great about giving advice as well.
I love it.
And on top of that, I've also written a column for my community college here on advice for like a whole year.
Oh wow.
So
you're knowledgeable.
Oh,
you're not full of bullshit like the rest of us, and we need that. We need a little healthy balance.
I want that fortune cookie when I open it to say, this is what's gonna fucking happen to you today. Bar none.
Exactly. No, but I love it. I absolutely love it. And I love your energy, and I love that you, like I said, I love that you're supportive of the show, and you also want to lend your experiences and lend a lot of wisdom to people who are listening and maybe struggling with things you're struggling with. You're a very open person about your life. You're an open book, and I like that. And I feel like that, that would be great for kind of chilling with us. But Carlos, I've done a lot of talking. I want you to ask a couple questions because I know you wander in some things and you got some things you got to get out of the way. I got you.
I got some questions. First of all, I think Coco said you haven't listened to our show. Everybody's a bitch and a hoe to me. So if I call you a bitch or a hoe, I know you're not a bitch nor a hoe. And I know you're probably very respectable, but that's just like, I love how this is my comfort zone. Like how you said when you were outside, how you gave that example of going outside and knowing people. That's how I feel on this show and on all of our shows, where I don't have to watch what I say because someone's not going to get hashtag triggered. Or they're not going to be like super butthurt. And like we do, like me and Troy or the board said it, we'll come after each other and like literally just start dragging each other and throwing all types of shade. But it's all in good fun. It's all in good humor. I think it's hilarious as fuck. So yeah, just like, I'm excited. I'm so excited. I talk about sex and dick a lot, usually involving food. Let's see, what else? Any questions? Just
right my alley.
You said you got 5 kids, but you still got time. Like that's my biggest thing is whoever we bring on the show or on their own show, I just really hope that they have the commitment. That's my biggest thing. I think that's the hardest thing.
I'll tell you right now. I have a 15-year-old that will be 16 in February. I have an 11-year-old. I have 2 twin boys that are 8, and then I have my 7-year-old daughter. Aww. My one twin and my daughter stay with my mom Monday through Friday. And then they're all self-sufficient. And Coco knows I only have one son that's medical needs, but it's like you have to feed him and just change him. That's about it. He's been, knock on wood, pretty damn good and hasn't been really in the hospital like he used to be. So now that time for me is gone and he's pretty much damn good with his medical stuff, I have all this time and I have nothing because normally I'm just used to.
Damn, you didn't have to share all that shit. You got real.
I said she's an open book. I love it.
I was just asking general questions like, you gonna have time for this? She's like, oh, my mama got my 2 kids, girl. I got time.
Yes.
Oh man. Okay, awesome. I also want to let the listeners know we're gonna actually also have another guest come on, and we're gonna just have some more random banter, see how everybody meshes. Like I said, we need to know, if you like to hear certain people, if you like to hear, if you have any questions for our guest hosts. We want to hear from you. We want to know what you want to hear. So please hit us up in the chat box. Hit us up at savageonair@gmail.com. Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, all social media platforms. Just let us know. But he will be joining us shortly. Do you have any other questions, Carlos? You owe her one more question. I asked 3, so you owe her one more question. Hello. You both leave me?
Sorry, that was me. Sorry, I was smoking weed.
Yo, and this is exactly why I say people can't handle us, because we're fucking crazy. We don't have our shit together. We don't have our shit together whatsoever.
It's legal in my state. It's legal to smoke, so I ain't doing nothing illegal.
Yes,
but
disclaimer.
I like to turn off my mic so you guys can't just hear me, and then I can't get back to it fast enough. Coco's like, hello. So my last question, and then what's I usually get high because I was talking to you, but then I realized you didn't hear me when you said hello. That's why she says hello, because she realizes that. Oh, that's so sad. We've been doing this for way too long.
It's so bad. I was about to feel like I was about to make up some shit to say, like I always do. Oh my god.
Noemi, I have a question. So if the world, like a missile is coming right now, from Russia, you have a chance to grab one thing. What are you grabbing?
Oh shit! I'm gonna grab my computer. I gotta watch it.
Okay, that's what you grab in your computer.
Oh yeah, my kids can fend for themselves. I ain't got time for that.
I love it.
The reason I ask is because the reason I like to ask those type of questions is because it helps you think of where the person's mind's at. Like what I would grab is a Flintstone, because there's not gonna be no internet, boo boo. There's not gonna be no computer and no email, but you just gonna need that fire though when you get cold. So I'm looking for survival. So I like to just see where people's minds are at.
That's true. And
it really shows you what are your priorities in life, or what's important to you when you ask if you got one thing to grab, what is it? What are you going to grab? And a lot of people, like you say, they say their phones or they'll say their laptop. If it's the end of the world, bitch, none of that's going to work. And you can go get a new one.
All right, Carlos. So I love how you cater your questions to read people. So now you have actually an extra person to read, because we have my good friend Lewis on the air. Lewis, are you there?
Yeah, I'm right here, Courtney. How you doing?
Hey, how are you, sweetheart?
Hi, Lewis.
Hi, Lewis.
All right, now, Lewis, I never asked you. Do you like being called Lou, Louie, Lewis, Mr. Wolf? What you like?
They all work for me. It's all fine. I mean, I've been called, every variation of it, and I actually have a name in Hebrew, so I mean, it goes. I can go any direction with it. I've been called everything under the sun.
Oh, okay, me too. Join the club.
Are you Jewish?
I am Jewish.
Oh, okay. We got ourselves a Jew, so we actually might go somewhere now.
Yeah, diversify.
We might actually be extra diversified for once. Because we lost our 2 token white guys. Well, no, because
I think I ran them off. I ran them off.
No. Because Doug always said, he was like, I'm not white, I'm Italian. I'm like, okay, cool. So, okay, cool. Whatever.
Damn, so now you're trying to say he's white and Jewish? That's some fucked up shit. Tell you what.
I'm done. Okay, so, Lewis, join the club. Make yourself comfortable. Please take your shoes off. This is a no-shoe zone. But yes, we want to know, or pants. Yeah, we don't do pants.
I'm chilling in my broken recliner that's going to fall out from underneath me now. So
you fit right in, perfectly fine. But yeah, so we are just kind of doing a melting pot of talking. We also have our resident chatter on the in the chat box. Daquan, he said, "Savage life, literally."
Hey, Daquan. Daquan, why don't you listen to my shows? Actually, I don't do my shows.
Ooh, because he doesn't talk on this show. Ooh, he called you Shoot. But anyway, Daquan, thank you so much, sweetheart. We need you guys to hit us up in the chat. We love you guys keeping our conversation going and letting us know if we're talking about shit you want to hear. We won't know unless you let us know. So please hit us up in the chat room if you're listening right now. But yes, Lewis, let's just turn our attention to this great presence that is Mr. Lewis. We are really good friends. He is a huge supporter of my business that I do, which is my live shows. And so when he said that he was interested in maybe coming on and being a part of it, I was super excited because I was like, great, another awesome presence to add to the team. So we're going to ask you a couple questions just like we put Noemi through the reins. You're going to have to go through it too. So I'm going to ask you.
But no pressure, right? No way to
pressure
build me
at
up
all.
as you can here. You're expecting way too much.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. But you know what? This is honesty, though. Just throw it out there, spew it out. We don't care. Just answer however you want. And you don't even have to answer at all because we don't care. We don't care. We love you. It doesn't matter. So just want to know what makes you want to do a podcast. What makes you want to come on and speak your mind in front of potentially millions of people. I'm just blowing smoke up my own ass, but like millions of people. What makes you want to express yourself like that?
Well, I enjoy having a good fun outlet. Any way to just throw whatever random shit's on my mind out into the world and, out into the void. That for a shameless plug, that I've got my my YouTube channel, Unlockable Content. So so I already have one outlet where I'm expressing myself and just, anything to, get more media out there. Mm-hmm. I enjoy talking with good people, so it's always fun.
Ooh, aw, someone called me good people for once. I feel special.
For once.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I think he's a little too nice for this. I don't know. No, but I'm kidding. That was a good answer though.
Fine, fuck all you know.
right? You're like, I'm out of here. No, I'm kidding. But great answer actually. And yes, you have your YouTube, you have your platform. You're used to talking in front of people. Lewis, when I tell you, we've had people be guests on our podcast who obviously have never gotten like public speaking knowledge and training and all that stuff, but they claim that they're so good at it. So we've had a couple people that actually have their own podcast come on our podcast and completely fuck it up. So I have faith in you. I know you can do this. So
between after graduating college, I spent time doing stand-up comedy. Then I got into doing the YouTube. So it's I'm perfectly fine with talking to people that I know I'm never going to see in real life.
Right? I thought it was just me. I was like, yes, that's my comfort zone. Knowing I don't know you, I will never know you. But if we identify on something together, then I'm doing a purpose. And if we don't, I'm never going to see you again. So that's my safe space. But awesome. That's it for me though. But Carlos, do you have any questions for Lewis? Because we're just trying to gauge people's personalities.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see who he is. Hey Lewis, how are you?
How you doing, Carlos?
Good. I just checked out your YouTube. I like your covers thing. Do you do video games?
We do gaming, movies. We're going to start doing an anime review soon.
Yeah.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Yeah. The dynamic of the channel is that my co-host is a really big gamer, and I'm casual on the border of not being much of a gamer at all. So we
that's dope.
Gamer versus not gamer.
Got it. I love it.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I actually just worked for Microsoft at PAX in Seattle, I think last month, and that was kind of like me. I'm not a gamer at all, but everyone who came was like super gamers, and I was like, I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
I heard that was awesome this year, though.
It was dope. I got to go all 4 days for free and work and get paid for it, so I had fun, and I got some free stuff. Like I got Xbox Game Passes, which I didn't know what they were, and I brought like 10 of them home that for like a year free. My husband's like, this is amazing.
Last month, we just did a panel at J1 Con in Atlantic City, and I'm going to have that video up soon.
Nice.
And then beginning of November, we got a panel at Die Geekdom coming up.
Oh, awesome. Okay. So I have a question for you. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
The hot dog, well, by itself, it needs the bun then.
Well,
See,
it's a hot dog
he analyzes
is it a sandwich?
I like it.
Hot dog on just a tube of meat. But hot dog in a bun? No, I would call that a sandwich, yeah.
So what do you call a hot dog without the bun?
A tube of
Just
meat.
a hot dog?
It's just a hot dog.
A tube of meat, pretty much.
Because when people ask you when you want a hot dog, they usually just give you like a hot dog and a bun. But but really, that's a hot dog and a bun. That's not a hot dog.
You're getting a whole
Like
meat.
you said, a hot dog, you're getting the meat and the bread. Oh, I like him. He actually analyzes things.
We're getting philosophical here. I mean,
Yes.
No.
Existential
why
and
hot
deep.
dogs coming in packages of 10 and hot dog buns only packages of 8?
Yo.
Right?
So
Somebody
you
said
can buy
it.
more buns.
Blew my
You can buy
mind.
more buns. And then I'm going to tell you exactly why. Because it's a brilliant business concept. Because you're going to end up using more buns than you are hot dogs and have a couple hot dogs left, and you're going to have to go out and buy some more buns. And you're going to
Carlos.
run out of hot dogs and have more buns. So then you're going to have to go buy more hot dogs.
Carlos.
And it's
No,
an
no, no,
endless
no, no.
of buying
No, no,
hot
no.
dogs and buns.
Are you black? Cause for me, when I fucking run out of hot dog buns, you know what I do? I fucking either eat it alone or I go and get regular fucking bread.
Yeah,
And fold it in half.
What?
that's the ghetto struggle there. You take a piece of white bread and just fold it over the bun.
Like,
Yeah.
It must be an East
No,
Coast
I
thing
didn't-
because I
no,
don't give a fuck.
I didn't know there were hot dog buns until I got into foster care because we always grew up with just our in Detroit just eating our hot dogs on sliced bread. Like I didn't know that they actually had buns for these
But
things
there you
called hot
go.
dogs.
Yeah.
You know,
So okay,
and
so
then
my second question: if you were held at gunpoint and told that if you didn't express them in with your dance move, impress them with your dance move, you would be killed. What kind of dance move would you do, and what kind of song would you dance to?
You know what's funny about that is that right after I got out of college and I needed money, I used to go
You
to
stripper?
street corners with a sign that said "Pay me to stop" and a boombox and just start dancing. So that's
Holy shit.
Oh, that is
Ooh.
genius.
That is awesome.
it works.
I like Lewis. Lewis is quick. He's quick on his feet. I like him.
See, he's working out. He's working out. They're both working out in my book. I mean, we might just have to open up some more spots.
I'm holding out Noemi. I don't know. We're going to have to see how the competition goes with Noemi.
You know what? I got you. I got you.
Whatever. All right, let's see. I don't pit people together. I am Sweden. Oh, wait, which one is neutral? Whatever fucking one is neutral. That's what I am. I'm not on any side. But all right, guys. But okay, so
We'll call me Kim Jong-un then.
okay, I'm done. What? What?
I said call me
Anyway,
Kim-
I know. I
Kim
get it.
Jong-
I get it. I get it. I
Get
get
it?
it. I get it.
No.
I get it. So you take sides. I get it. Do I really have to explain that I get it? I hate when people do that. Sorry to rant. By the way, we have random rants. I know Noemi's used to that, but Lewis,
yeah.
we have random rants. Like, if we have a bad day, you guys are gonna all hear it. Like, the listeners are gonna hear it. You're gonna hear it. You're gonna be like, what the fuck? You're gonna be like the little kid in the corner with his hands over his ears saying, "Mommy, stop." Like, it's gonna be deep.
Damn,
So-
that's my kids every
It is
motherfucking day.
No, it is deep.
It's amazing
It is
the
deep.
journey you'll go on when you start ranting, because then you just start going on tangents. You'll
Yep.
be complaining about some asshole customer during the day, and then all of a sudden you're talking about
Your mom.
some TV show
Pretty
from
much.
decades ago, and it's just, how do we even get here again?
Pretty much. That is kind of the whole formula we got here, especially on Real Shit Friday. Now, this show, I want to explain to both of you guys, and the listeners, if you guys are unaware and you guys just listen to the show, this is a podcast network. We have several shows on our podcast. We have new shows. We have shows that we've done, for the past couple months. And this show is our Friday show that's Real Shit Friday with me and Carlos. This one is probably the most raw and edgy out of all of them because literally it's our regular lives. So
I don't think so. Not anymore, Coco.
Why? Oh,
I
what?
think Chris and I might have you beat.
Oh, no,
Yesterday
no, no, no.
on
I
KKK
know that.
podcast,
Listen,
we talked about a girl getting raped with a turtle.
I totally forgot about the fact that we have the new show. Never mind. Redirecting.
Like we are kosher compared to
Hey, guys,
to this.
we
What
are
what turtle
redirecting
talking
that.
about here?
What kind of turtle are we talking
I
about?
forgot,
I hope it
Carlos.
was a
I totally
snapper.
forgot. You're
Snapper,
right.
yeah.
No, because we were forever.
We
Like,
were.
like,
I totally forgot.
Well, Chris and I have outdone us, Coco. With
It's
the
okay,
raunchiness.
Carlos. I'm in a
think
safe
this works.
space. I'm in a safe space. I don't need to go any further than this. I am fine.
Sometimes when I have to edit that episode down, it gives me like, oh God, did we really talk about that? Like it was crazy.
I just like
remember
it's kosher for cleanliness. That was
right.
Just...
Wait a minute, Carlos. Wait, I forgot now. Now we're so diverse. We have to like figure out what we can say now. Because remember when we used to make fun of John all the time because he'd be like super not cool. But then he'd always call himself the super not cool white guy. But then we had a cool white guy, so we had to figure out what we can say and what we can't say. It's been a year, guys. It has been a year. We have gone through phases.
I think I ran them off because I just kept confusing them because they were both white.
I'm done. Whoa.
And their voices sound
like
very similar.
Wow,
they sounded very similar in California.
They did not. What? No, because Doug sounds like this, and then John sounds like this, and so it was like it was way different. I tried, but you know what I mean, though. And John was always high pitched and pitchy, and like I had to like adjust the sound all the time. So there was a clear difference between the two of them. Doug, we love you, by the way.
So Lewis, so I have a question for you, Lewis. If you're interested in being on the what do you call it?
The bullshittery that we have, this thing.
Well, you just use a fancy word for like
podcast.
Podcast
land? Like for the I don't know, guys. This is why I don't get high and
for
get
the
on
what?
These things.
What are you talking about? Wait, what did I say?
You said how you have multiple podcasts and
network. You really can't think of network.
Yes, I couldn't think of the word network.
I'm done.
Leave me alone.
Daquan, by the way, Daquan said it's Switzerland.
Switzerland.
Thank you, our resident chatter, Daquan. You're the best. Now I feel like a dumbass.
I was going to ask you, Lewis, do you have time? Because it's like you got a YouTube pop in. Do you have a regular job? What's your schedule look like? We need people that can commit. Can you commit?
I was telling Courtney already. I'm good for the only days that she was talking to me about were Wednesdays and Fridays, and I'm actually good for both of those days. On top of doing the
YouTube, all I do is care about you committed.
Yep. No, I can be good for both of those days. I can try to cut around, doing video work or editing for the YouTube channel, around doing the podcast.
Nice.
So yeah, I can definitely manage that. But I also do have a regular job. I have a job doing caregiving for adults with special needs.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh, such a beautiful job.
I want to say thank you in advance, Lou. Thank you. He'd be my son's caregiver.
Aww.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, I love people who take care of people because that's dope. That's not a lot of people do that.
No, they don't.
Takes a special person,
and they do it and do it happily, So that's dope. Okay, that's cool. The reason I be asking this is because it's like Coco says, it's a commitment, guys, and it's fun, and you can meet so many people, and then we can start doing live shows, and then we're gonna go on.
We got plans. We got
plans, and it's gonna be so much fun, and we've made so much growth, and. I want to hear some other people's voices, to be honest, besides Coco.
I know. I'm sorry.
No, I should be good for this. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Okay, awesome. And we also have Troy, who's actually our host. He's our primary host. I mean, I own the network and I do all this work in the behind the scenes shit, but he has probably heard more. He's heard more than all of us. Okay, because, Carlos got that little shade on the side, but it's okay. Troy is I would say our primary host. And so, if you guys ever want to move forward and you feel like it's something you want to do, you would definitely need to come on his show too. Me and him have a show as well, which is on, I think right now we're doing Wednesdays, but it may soon move. I'm not too sure because he's been doing a lot of really awesome things. He performs, he's a singer, and he hosts shows and things like that, so he's always pretty busy. But you guys will get to kind of like see how he rolls. Noemi actually was on our very first episode of his show, so she's familiar with how that whole thing goes. But Lewis, we have different shows that cover different content. Now on Troy's
Yeah,
show,
it's on a network.
yeah, network. Exactly. There you go. I'm proud of you. So
Everybody paying
anyway,
attention. The word of the day.
is
The
network.
word of the day.
No, it's Switzerland apparently. So Troy's show is actually about freeing yourself. So it usually requires a lot of kind of being in touch with your, softer side, and also being very honest with yourself. It's kind of a more therapeutic kind of show. Now, are you comfortable with varying content, and are you comfortable with like kind of being open? Are you that type of person, or do you find yourself
Can
more
he
sheltered?
take over Doug's old show?
Oh, that is a good question.
'Cause
But
that actually
answer
was
my
a pretty good
he
show.
gotta answer my fucking question first, Carlos. I don't know what you
I
think
think
this
he'd be
is.
good at it.
Anyway,
I
Louis.
think I'm flexible enough to handle any subject matter thrown at me.
All right, fine. Anyway, so back to Carlos's dumbass question. So Doug had an awesome show. We cannot use the same name
It really
because
actually
he
was.
has
It
that
was
name.
cool, but we have to change the name.
Yep. So basically, it was you and
Instead of the worst of the worst, we'll do the best of the best.
I guess he will never fucking know what this podcast is about because I guess fuck
Carlos,
me.
sit your ass down.
I don't know.
Sit your ass down.
Anyway, as I was saying, Doug had a podcast that basically surrounded about him picking out a really trash movie from mostly the 80s and 70s for some reason. But anyway, any kind of trash movie possible that's kind of like painful to watch. And it's interactive where there's a actual web page on it and everything where everyone watches the same movie for that week. And then on the podcast, we'd invite other people like comedians or podcast hosts or even just chat amongst ourselves about the stupidosity of the fucking movie and how much, like, what made us laugh, scene by scene, how dumb it was, how trash it was, or if we even liked it. So it's basically, it was called Worst of the Worst Podcast. It's probably trademarked somewhere because I know Doug, so we can't use that anymore. So basically, it's just a movie watching podcast that you can interact with the listeners and kind of like have good, fun commentary about it. So if that's something you'd be interested in, we definitely would love that show back. Just throwing that out there since you're the pop culture guy. So that's something.
And, well, there's one that I own for my YouTube channel that I'm not using called Netflix and Spiel. And it's the same concept. It's just with Netflix new movies, which are a better idea than these horrible ass 80 movies that you can't find anywhere and have to pay $5.99 or download illegally.
You know what? You're right, because that was really fucking annoying. I spent $18 one month because I couldn't find any of those movies.
I was getting so upset. And then when you did find it and you think that you got the shit, it's in another language.
It was bad. It
is truly amazing how hard it is to find terrible movies. It's like
right?
It's treasure hunt sometimes for the worst. The worst of the worst.
Yeah. So you can do the worst of the worst on Netflix or like just a Netflix and Spill. That's like I have a YouTube version of it, but I don't really use it, and I have already branded that. So I would be more than welcome to give that to you, and if you wanted to do that.
But anyway, the point we're making, guys, before you answer, is that there's lots of
anybody listening.
Exactly. There's lots of growth. Anyone who's listening who wants to give things a try, like I said, even if you guys don't want to be hosts on our actual shows, we have to try you out first. But if you have an idea of a new show, we're always open. We're going to have to put you through the reins. We're going to have to make sure that you belong in Savage Media Radio territory. But we're always open because we have plenty of network space.
And then also, Coco, one thing that I think that you won't admit that you ran into is that other people have to learn how to run their own shows because they can't all come on your back.
Exactly.
Because it's kind of unfair. And when things, it's like you won't say no to people and you'll just run yourself down and then your life starts falling apart. And you didn't tell me. That's why I learned. I was like, hey, listen, I see it happening. I'm going to take, give me one day. I had like a little 1 hour tutorial with you. And you're like, write this down. This is how you do it. And a lot of it was just literally my first 2 shows by myself was just half of the show didn't get recorded. Half of it was on mute.
You learn, you live and you learn. It's trial and error. Exactly. But thank you, Carlos.
But I think that you should also, like, I know you told Noemi that, like, you take care of it mostly, but I think that should be kind of a requirement that if someone has their own dedicated show, that you should really look towards running it yourself. It's not hard at all. And I think it relieves a lot of stress off of you.
Thank you,
that's
honey.
true, Coco, because Coco, you did that in high school. You
I
never
don't
told
remember.
anybody no.
I
Yeah,
don't remember.
I do. You ran yourself ragged. You need to tell people no.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. So yeah,
But she don't.
guys.
She never tell anyone no. She
No,
never
she
tells
don't.
anyone no.
No,
I
And then
know.
we gotta.
she's a nice person. She's got to
She
get
be
it
like,
back.
I'm on the highway going to Trader Joe's. I'll be back. Give me 5 minutes. I'm gonna make dinner and then get the dog walked and I'll be ready.
Shut up, Carlos. Anyways, thank you. I appreciate that. So yes, you have to be open to at least being, if you are technically proficient in the slightest way, you can run the system. So you have to be open to that. But yeah, we definitely have space. We're open to any ideas. So please hit us up at savageonair@gmail.com or all the social media platforms, or just here live. When we're going on live and you're listening to us, you can chat via Spreaker in the little box below the live broadcast. So, but yeah, so like I was saying to you guys, both Lewis and Noemi, you guys there's a lot of growth potential. Anybody else who's interested in the host positions, there's a lot of growth potential. You can go far because you can have your own space. If you have any idea, we're open to a point. Like if it's something that goes against like our morals or something like that, we usually wouldn't work with it. But if it's
What
just
goes against our morals?
nothing exactly. But listen, this is my verbal
You're just
disclaimer,
gonna start
Carlos.
confusing everybody.
Listen.
I
own this
podcast
network.
called the KKK podcast.
Listen, I own this
that is
network. I
too
have to
funny.
put in verbal disclaimers because I don't feel like getting sued. I'm just putting it out there.
So, do you think, Coco, sidetrack? Do you think iTunes is going to let me keep my name, or you think they're going to
Probably
make?
not. And I'll probably get in trouble for it. So you're lucky I love
Hey,
you.
no, you can't. It doesn't mean that. And you know what? We're taking it back. Just like we took the N
True.
word, we're taking KKK. We're taking it back.
There you go.
We're taking it back.
Carlos, did you see that ridiculous Kevin Smith movie Tusk?
Yes. He became
that whole thing. They had the Nazi Party podcast.
Yes, Nazi. Yes, yes. I did see that movie. And that was
no,
creepy.
I mean, we're not
that
cool.
was kind of creepy
That
the way
was
he made that.
I mean, it's the same thing, just working the name.
Yeah, you work in the name, and then like our cover page is stormtroopers wearing KKK hoods with their galactic guns. I think it's fucking hilarious.
The dopest thing ever.
But I'm just like crossing my fingers because I just submitted for the RSS feed, and I'm just like, please let me keep my name. Please let me keep my name. But we'll see.
But like I was saying, and I'm gonna retract, and we're gonna pretend like this never happened, guys. As long as it doesn't go against our morals and against our moral standing as a station, we will be open to you having your own show. So just putting that out there. And disclaimer, I ain't saying we chose y'all or nothing. This is still a competition. No, it's not a competition, but you know what I mean.
We chose you.
Shut up. Verbal disclaimers. I have to be fair. I have to at least sound like I'm fair. You are fucking this up for me, Carlos. You really are. I'm gonna get so much hate mail. Anyway.
I haven't said a word.
Anyway. Too bad Troy's not out here. It would just be a fucking
I know. Where is Troy?
party.
Troy Weeks music. Come on, Troy Weeks music.
Oh, jeez.
Yo.
But Troy know I love me some Troy.
I'm done.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my God, Lewis, I'm so sorry.
Oh, okay.
We're not
so
terrible people.
Silence, can I
What?
make a little?
What fucking silence?
I don't know. It kind of sounds dead, but I just got a new sponsor, and it's a sponsor kind of for the whole platform. So I wanted to put it. Can I put it out there?
He just said
Oprah.
it sound dead. What the fuck? When did this ever sound dead? I don't give a fuck about that. I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say. He said it sound dead. If I was at the same show, we was all having a good motherfucking time.
No,
I don't.
In that moment, it got silent.
It was not silent, but okay, I'm gonna go cry in my corner. It's fine.
See, now you're making it awkward.
Do your sponsorship. Do your sponsorship.
See this. See, Coco.
You keep throwing out the Oprah reference. I saw a meme on.
Oh yeah, Coco will remind you it is her network.
Exactly. Very true. This is very true.
It was this meme. It was like it had like a bunch of celebrity pictures on it, and it was like, who do you want to spend like an afternoon hanging out with? And one of the pictures was Oprah. And I just remember thinking that it's like, Oprah's got enough time on her hands. You spend an afternoon with Oprah, you'll probably end up with your own TV show on her network.
Exactly.
Right. For real.
Mm-hmm.
I love
She got
Coco.
power. Whatever. Goodbye. What's the sponsor?
Okay.
Hey, sponsor. What's up?
Okay. So our sponsor is Lifelike Pillows, or you can follow him on Instagram at that_pillow_guy. He does custom pillows. And he just actually sponsored everything that I'm doing, which is part of this network. So if you guys want to go see, I put a commercial on my Instagram. You can get 50% off your own pillow, and it's super dope. And you use the code Carlos50, and you'll get 50% off, and you will help. I don't get anything from it really, except that we get free pillows. So that's kind of I exchange. Cool. I was like, hey, give me some free pillows.
Are we talking like
so Coco,
feed me here, or
you can get a 3D. Coco, send me a picture of like your husband or like your dog, and I'll get you a pillow made and send it out to you. And then you're welcome. I'll tell Troy too, because all of us are gonna get one on the show.
I'm going to see so many anime conventions walking around with this now. Just
right?
But those
scary thoughts.
They're super duper duper like how do you say it? They're detailed as hell. Like they're really detailed. But yeah, guys, go check them out. I think the website is LILIPI.com. So Lifelike Pillows, but they just did an acronym. So LILIPI.com. Use code Carlos50. And get yourself a pillow. And I'm super excited because that was my first collaboration with someone. And he was just like, I'm going to collab with you on everything that you're doing. And I was like, okay, that's dope. So I'm really trying to push it out because the more people that get, like, just go buy yourself a pillow and get half off, the better our business relationship will be. And hopefully we can start, like, getting, like, sponsors to do live shows and stuff and being rich. Yes.
Being rich should be number one, Carlos. Just saying.
Well, it's free pillows right now, but being rich is next.
I'm saying it should have been number one before live shows because I want to be rich so I can
I don't
make these live shows bomb.
Live shows.
Well, before you can have any of that, you need a good night's sleep. So pillows.
There you go. See?
They're not like pillows that you can sleep on. They're like,
I
mean, you could, but like, they're beautiful pillows.
This is an important question. This is an important question. Will I feel super white and hipster if I bought them?
Yeah.
Okay, that's important. I will buy them.
I scared myself today because I had the pillow on the couch and I came in today and it scared me because I didn't think that Oliver was home and he wasn't. He was with his dad and it was Oliver on the couch.
Perfect.
Your question before though sounded like a real trap question. Well, I feel there's a right answer to this one. What is it?
Like I was waiting for him to give me my answer. I'm not even too sure of which way I want to go with this one, but I wanted to put that out there because I feel like that's the way to go right now is being as hipster as possible. So I'm all for it.
Oh, you don't.
All for it.
I just got my new loft, so it's just like we trying to be hipsters.
Wow, loft.
We got bicycle stools. I got I got canvas people things now. I'm so happy the universe took my Mercedes and gave me life because I got so much more extra money.
There you go. There you
go. Gee, no, okay. So real quick, I want to talk about manifesting. Coco, we talked about manifesting before, right?
Yes.
So remember when I was going through all that stuff last year and I was like, oh, Chris and I were going through my husband and I, we were just financially going through stuff. We had like court issues and all types of rigmarole. So I was manifesting every day. I put it under my pillow and I used to write it on a piece of paper. And I wrote down, I was like, I want to have my car paid off. And I don't want I don't want to have a car payment. And then I was like, okay. And I just put that on there because I was like, that's the biggest thing that's like being in my way. And I wanted to like get a big deal. Like the thing that I was hoping for was I would get a big commercial and then it would pay it off. So back in July, everything's going great. I totaled my car, but it's my car and I no longer have a car payment. So with that being said,
Hey, Carlos, I think you're breaking up. Is it just me?
Told me she was like, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can
I hear him fine.
Okay, because it was weird on
Yeah,
my
I hear
end.
him fine too.
My end in the system, it was breaking
Well,
up.
yeah,
That's weird.
you're breaking up.
Am I breaking up?
I think it's your.
All right, we'll
Yeah,
finish.
because half of your sentence just dropped.
Oh, okay. It's me.
So as I was saying, so she said that I manifested exactly what I wanted, and she like pointed it out. She's like, you weren't specific enough. So the reason I brought all of that up is, you guys, I know Coco and I have talked about manifestation before, but you have to be very specific what you manifest, because if you aren't, then like you will manifest exactly what you get, and you get what you asked for. So that's all. That's all my little rant was. Like, it could be negative or positive, but it's still a positive. So
yeah,
I got exactly what I wanted. I just before I wanted to actually pay off my car, and I still have a car, not just be taking the bus now, which is horrible. But it's okay. We gonna make it through. I'm gonna get a scooter soon.
We're gonna get you through this. We got you. I'm done.
Just like the excitement in that. You never hear somebody say, "I got a scooter."
Scooter.
Hey, in Seattle, parking's like $4 an hour, and everyone's riding scooters. You can see like everyone's riding scooters now. They're popping. All
right, guys. I got one more question for the both of you guys, and then we're gonna sign off. For you, Noemi, I want to know, out of this experience, do you think this is something you can do week after week, like being with us and chatting with us, maybe once or twice a week, which is kind of the commitment that we have going on? Do you think you could do this, and do you think it's for you?
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, I could be here. I mean, yeah, I like to listen because I want to. My thing is I listen. The first day I listen because I want to feel what you guys are like and hear what type of energy you guys have coming off of you guys. Because for me, it's not about personality. It's about your energy with your personality.
Very true.
And if you have a great personality, but you could have the shittiest vibe, and that's not going to work.
Makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
So if you have positivity, great vibes, all that, I could deal with it. But if I know that there's somebody negative, and I'll tell you right away, I'm done.
And I love that.
Can't do it.
That's what we need. That's what we love, people who have conviction and really, want to make it work and bring their positive vibes and want, everybody to mesh. That's important to us. But what about you, Lewis? Do you think you can?
Oh, definitely. I'm having a lot of fun talking with everybody. It's great interaction. There's talk about the energy. There's definitely a lot of good energy, I think, amongst all of us. And there's
thank you.
The banter is important. You got to be able to keep everything going. You don't necessarily want the dead air.
Mm-hmm.
So any good thing that somebody can just throw out and make a springboard to bounce off of is a strong thing. I know that I can definitely give a commitment to the best of my ability. I just know that, I do, because of the web show growing in popularity, also the YouTube channel, I know that I'm going to have, the occasional Friday here and there where I got to go to a convention because I'm paneling or whatever it may be. So, I mean, there might be, the occasional, skip day for me, but for the most part, yeah, I can give a commitment.
Awesome. Listen, we grow with each other's success. Like, you know me, Lewis. You know my life. I do the shows. I do decorating. I do a whole bunch of stuff. And they always have been understanding and worked around my schedule, but because they know that I care about this and this is important to me. So as long as we know that people, whoever we bring in, cares about the network and wants to grow with us, we always are understanding because we all have lives. We're all trying to get there. So that's never an issue. But I'm just feeling good about the vibe. I'm enjoying this feeling out the crowd, feeling out, having guest hosts and, really seeing who meshes with us and can really show us a good time and grow along with us. So thank you both so much for taking the time out. I know it was so random, but thank you so much for coming on and kind of just showing us who you are. We appreciate it, right, Carlos?
Uh-huh.
he looks like
What's that?
I'm just playing.
I'm done.
I'm just playing. No, I appreciate your guys' time. No, I have this shady thing that I do, but Coco knows I'm really a really
He's a
sweet
sweetheart.
person
He's a
in real
sweetheart.
life. In real life, I really am.
We do this to each other. He's just feeding off the energy he normally has for me, so don't mind him. But Carlos, all I know is you're gonna have some explaining to do if fucking Troy hears you and hears this podcast. I just know that I'm so excited. I'm just gonna bring it up. I'm gonna bring it up.
I haven't said anything.
I would be like, hey Troy, did you hear the show last week? You should go and listen.
Hey Troy, did you hear the show?
I'm done. All right. Anyway, guys,
I love you, Troy.
That was Real Shit Friday. We're gonna end it before I get sued. Carlos get me in trouble. But all right, guys, we always do a little bit of a round table. So, Noemi, do you have any last words? Do you want to tell people where to find you? Anything like that, just let them know.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, I'm an open book. So if you guys want to hit me up on Facebook, it's Noemi Gill, NoemiGill. You'll see a picture of me and you'll see everything that goes on in my life, especially with my kids.
And it's wonderful and beautiful. And it's a great page to have in your repertoire because it makes you feel uplifted. So please check her out. She's awesome. That's my girl. We go way, 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 way back. And thank you so much for being on the show. Lewis, where can people find you and your web show and everything? Where can they find you?
If you go on YouTube, you look up Unlockable Content, just like, getting new features in a video game. Unlockable Content, we're the only channel with that name. You can find us and you can see everything that's going on. It's me and my best friend from college. We're Ellie, Telly, and the Wolfman.
Ellie! Shout out Ellie! I love you. She knows,
And yeah, so we got, great stuff coming for the channel soon. I'm working on that J1 video right now. I should have that up soon. And then at the beginning of November, the first weekend in November, I've got 2 panels at Thy Geekdom Con in Oaks at the convention center.
I might be there, so I might see you. I might be there with my buddy Mike Smith. He runs the Game Guys, so I might be helping him out that week. So I might see you there.
Come by the panels then.
Yeah.
If you go on the Thy Geekdom website, you can see unlockable content listed Saturday night and Sunday for the 2 panels.
Awesome. I love it, love it, love it. So awesome. So that's where everybody can find everybody.
Yep.
And again, thank you guys for being on the show. What you want to say, Carlos? I'm tired of you. What's up?
Goodbye. I'm just playing. Love y'all. Love y'all. Thank you guys for being on the show.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right, guys. That was Real Shit Friday. We'll see you next week. Same time, same place. And what do we always say, Carlos?
Stay savage.
Something like that. All right, bye. Bye, guys. Stay savage.
Bye.
Take care.